What's going on, everyone? My name is D. Anthony, and I am with evolutiontraders.com. So I am a full-time options trader as well as a full-time prop firm futures scalper. Okay, I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown, but in this video, I want to be talking about, can you actually make a full-time living trading futures? Can you actually make this a career path? And, maybe if you do already currently work a 9 to 5, can you make full-time income while having a 9 to 5? The answer to all of the above is yes. The simple answer is yes. Okay. Now, the more in-depth complicated answer is, one thing that a lot of people talk about but don't really emphasize is risk management. Okay. Now, I don't care if you're trading equities. I don't care if you're trading options. I don't care if you're trading futures or crypto or Forex. If you cannot be disciplined enough to apply proper risk management. Now, risk management means having technical stops, having technical take profit zones, having common sense to not gamble all of your entire portfolio on one trade. You have to understand that when the market is more choppy, you need to size down. You have to understand that when the market is hot, you need to push your foot on the gas and kind of accelerate a little bit and go with the trends. You have to understand that on certain days, it's not always going to be a great day to trade, that, it's better to come back tomorrow when the price action is better. You have to understand that the name of the game when it comes to trading, especially if you want to be a successful and long-term trader, is that you need to apply proper risk management. Okay, so the whole objective of this game is to continue to stay in the game. Now, if you blow all of your money on one bad trade, or in my example, if you are a funded trader, meaning that you trade prop firm money and you go over your daily loss limit, they're going to kick you off the platform. They're going to kick you off the brokerage. You're not going to be able to trade. They're going to take away your funded money, and then you're going to be just left twiddling your thumbs again, kind of wondering what to do. Now, one thing that I would focus on for all newer traders, especially if you're trying to do this full time, is to not focus on the overall dollar amount that you're making. Okay, you don't want to focus on how much you can make on this one particular trade, but you want to focus on stacking up smaller wins along the way. Now, case in point, when I was going through the process of trying to get funded, I was talking to other traders and seeing other people who have done it, maybe some people who have gotten funded, or maybe some people that never got funded kind of blew up their accounts along the way. One thing that they were trying to do was rush the process. So for example, the prop firm that I work with, Top Step, it is a 2-step process, meaning that you have to follow a few basic rules and you have to make $3,000 2 times in a row, which means a total profit of $6,000. It seems like a lot, but when you're trading futures, especially when you're trading the E-minis, these things can really move. You can make $500, $1,000 in a day very, very quickly. In fact, took me, I think, 11 days to get funded and go through 2-step process. So that's over $6,000 worth of trading profits in just about 2 trading weeks. So it doesn't take that long as you kind of know what exactly it is that you're doing. And just to kind of quickly go over, let me just show you guys what I've got here. And that's actually my YouTube page. But if I go to what I've done just this month, the month of November, today is the 8th of November, right? So today is the 8th of November. If we kind of look at the date range here from November the 1st to November the 8th, and I go ahead and kind of see the breakdown, I am a 63% winning trader. Okay, so 36% of the times I am taking losing trades. My gross P&L for this month here is $3,158. I've taken 68 trades for a total amount of 132 contracts. My average trade time is 4 minutes and 2 seconds. My longest trade was 36 minutes, and I am 63% profitable here. You can see total profits that I've brought in was $5,700 this month in just about a week and a half worth of trading of this month, and my total losing trades is 2,500. So it can be done. Okay, it can be done. These are just a look of some of the overall stats and graphs that kind of Top Step kind of provides you, which is kind of good. I like to kind of know that, My largest winning trade is $735 this month. So am I going to take every trade with intentions of making $735? Of course not. Do those trades happen? Yeah. But they don't come all the time. Now, could I make $1,000, $2,000 in a day? Of course, in a trade, sure. But the number that I like to focus on here is my average winning trade of $143. Okay, my average losing trade is around $111. I'm not going to focus on the largest losing trade that I've had this month of 315 because my average losing trade is about $100. Okay, my average winning trade is about $150. Okay, if we kind of round up and round down. So when you are taking trades, especially if you're going to scalp and you're going to play NASDAQ futures, or you're going to play the ES futures, which is the SPY, you want to understand that, yes, will you get trades that look like this, $735? Yes. Will you have trades that look like this, $315? Of course. But the majority of your bread and butter is going to be here in the sweet spot. Okay, it's going to be here in the sweet spot. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be $150, and I'm not saying it's going to be $100. Your stats can look a little bit different. But what I'm saying is that if I'm always constantly trying to shoot for a $700 trades, I'm going to have more of these and probably larger trades along the way. I hope that kind of makes sense. So my thought process is that when I find a setup and I get into the trade and I go up 50, I go up 80, I go up 100, I might take that profit, okay? Because I can do that more times than I can do this, okay? I can do this, stop myself out at around $100 than I would like to do this here, okay? I'd rather stop myself out for $100 10 times than to stop myself out for $300-400 10 times. I hope that kind of makes sense. So when you do think about this, is can you make this a full-time career? Can you make this, an occupation? Can you make this a full-time side income? The answer is yes, but one thing that you need to focus on, and a lot of people do not like to focus on, is the fact that they want to see themselves making $500 in a day, or $500, $800, $1,000 in one trade. Now, the fact of the matter is you can piece together a $500 day, $1,000 day, by taking more of these setups here at $143 than trying to just hit it all in one shot. I hope that makes sense. That's what comes with good, proper risk management. Now, if you have the wrong mentality where you're always trying to shoot for the stars and always trying to hit those home runs, you're going to blow your account up and lose your funded account, or B, you're going to have more losing trades than you are winning trades, that where you're not necessarily going to actually make any ground. Now, in the very beginning, I was trading micro contracts and I was trading just 1, 2 at a time and looking to make $40 here, $50 here, $100 here, and kind of stacking up those small wins over time to kind of allow myself to have a little bit more of a cushion. And what I mean by a cushion is that if you can kind of stack up $300, $400, $500, then you can kind of gradually increase your sizing, and now you have more room to work with. Because instead of going down your first day, let's say to start the month $500 and having to try to recuperate that, you're up after a week or 2 weeks $500, and you can afford to take those losses because you're already in the profits. It's like playing with house money, like they say. So can you make this work? Of course, but you need to be very, very realistic. If you kind of look at my personal stats here, my average winning trade time is around 4 minutes. Okay, so I'm what you would call a day trader or a scalper, right? Some people would say I'm a scalper, some people would say I'm a day trader. Normally I would consider someone a day trader if you're holding trades longer than an hour, right? I would consider a scalper someone who's holding trades either seconds or minutes at a time. And normally the trades that I'm holding, especially when I'm trading futures, are going to last anywhere between 1 and 10 minutes. Okay, I'm not very rarely going to hold trades over 10 minutes unless it's an absolute winner. Like you can see here, my longest winning trade time was 36 minutes. That's obviously once you take some profits, you kind of scale out, and then you just kind of have that one remaining lot that's kind of just acting as a runner. So I hope that kind of makes sense. If you guys want more information, you guys want to learn how to trade futures, or maybe you guys want to get funded to not put up your own money, trade a prop firm's money, you got to go through a little bit of a combine. It's a 2-step process, but again, like I said, I would rather someone lose, prop firm money than lose their own hard-earned income. I would rather someone show a prop firm that, hey, you know what the hell you're doing? You can trade. Because if you can trade, why would you want to use your own money, right? It's just like a real estate investor. Why would they want to put up, $500,000 of their hard-earned cash to get into a fix and flip when they can go to an investor or to a bank or to a hard money lender who can put up the money for them. All they have to do is the work, and then they can reap the benefits on the side, right? So, use someone else's money, but use your skill set. That's the best way, I think, to kind of get ahead in this game. Now, it's going to be hard for someone to try to save up $50,000 or $100,000 to kind of go in and play with their own money. And at the end of the day, you're going to be a lot more emotional when you're trading your own hard-earned cash. So, for example, if you're trading your own hard-earned $50,000 and you go ahead and you lose $5,000, let's say the first week, that's going to be a major, major blow to your confidence and to your ego, and it's going to kind of mess with your trades going further. But if you are, possessing the skills to kind of do this, and you're trading for a prop firm, and let's say, for example, you're a $50,000 prop firm trader, well, then, you're going to be a little bit more disciplined, but you're also going to be a little bit more relaxed because it's not your hard-earned cash. Basically, you're just going to split your profits, 90% to your pocket and 10% to the house, which is very, very reasonable. If to pay that 10% commission to the prop firm, after all, they are putting up the hard-earned cash, getting you on the platform and everything else. It allows you to not focus as bad. And if you're someone who's going to complain about, well, I don't want to go through the 2-step process, or I want to go through a 1-step process, or, there's other prop firms out there that, I don't need to make $6,000. I can just make $1,500 and get funded. However you want to do it is fine. But if with that mentality, you're already proving to me and you're proving to yourself that you're very impatient. And if you're going to be impatient, especially when it comes to day trading, you are going to absolutely put yourself in a grinder. If you can't sit there and do this the right way, and whether it takes 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month to get funded, but to actually go through the process and to kind of analyze and evaluate your psychological kind of genetic makeup, that what makes you a good trader and what makes you not a good trader, and you just want to jump into it because you want to see that account with $50,000 and you want to just go crazy like a degenerate gambler, then go ahead and be my guest. But that's all you're going to be, is just a degenerate gambler. You actually have to treat this as a business, and have respect for the business, because the moment that you do take advantage and you take it for granted, the market will prove to you every single time that they are in charge. I hope that kind of makes sense. Again, my name is D. Anthony with Evolution Traders. If you guys would like to trade with me, join the Discord, get funded. All of that information is down in the description box below, and I will see you guys all later.